Evolve formula. Are you ready to evolve? Are you ready to embrace your deep-seated desire to significantly alter the state or framework of your existence? Have you ever wondered what defines and determines each facet of transformation within the constant and inevitable process behind change? Did you ever pause to look around you at the vast array of stunning diversity and extraordinary abundance and variety that comprises the elements and energies of your world? The people, the places, the things that are woven into the very fabric of your way of life. Each and every aspect of this glorious vista of promise and productivity is infused with the capacity and potential for change. Before we delve into the origin and significance of this acronym, let us examine the word evolve for its own sake. Its meaning suggests that we are subject to a developmental process of altering or shifting our forms or functions, and more specifically, the reasons of inspired motivation or improvement, or for increasing our potential in positive and more productive ways. We are constantly changing, often beyond even our capacity to sense or acknowledge it. With every sunrise that heralds the dawn of a new day, we grow older, we grow wiser, and all within the unstoppable and undeniable consequences of evolutionary transformation. In a few words, we are what we have become. As integral and individual strands of this dynamic social fabric, and each and every one of us is a unique and unfolding representation of humanity itself. We want to focus on a fundamental step-by-step process to increase or evolve the inherent capacity for growth in every way of your life. This acronym, along with its well-crafted explanation, will endeavor to show you how to create a positive and progressive change in your life, and to nurture and sustain it throughout each phase of personal refinement. This highly informational guide will demonstrate the methods to strengthen and solidify your relationships, and the means to identify and promote a more perceptive, effective, and inspired decision-making process. This unique and insightful framework stands high in degree of informed and comparative analysis, and is well worth the price of admission. It is therefore a supplemental acronym in your ever-expanding inventory of achievement, and designed to enhance your range of understanding of what is attainable, and fulfilling the levels of productive awareness towards the completion of all your goals. Now here is the framework itself. E is for evaluate. V is for vision and assessing. O is for offer and sacrifice. L is for leverage. V is for validation. E is for energizing and restoration. Let us now look at this in greater depth and explore its objectives. E is for evaluate. Now, in other words, it means to analyze or examine the situation or event in great detail. It is to determine the extent of your options and to weigh them accordingly to what is the best course to take. You are seeking internal guidance for external options and actions to employ. This is also a clearing or ordering process within your mind's proactive agenda. It is most importantly a purifying and preparatory process of carefully calculating choices and decisions. This is a research phase, so when deciding which seeds you want to plant and the desired acreage you will allocate for them to flourish. V is for vision and assessing. This is the component of the process requiring that you double-check each phase or facet of your plan prior to taking action. You are determining the viability of your vision as a whole, or selectively examining how your vision resides within the big picture. then assessing or planning out the action steps necessary to implement it. What follows is when you arrive at the point or sphere of acceptance within the whole objective of the decision. This is the time you make sure that the ground is sufficiently prepared to accept the seeds of your vision or plan, because they will hardly be expected to produce anything if planted in the wrong type of soil or in the wrong season. O is for offer. This part of the process is where you initiate action by offering the seeds of your vision to the ground, sowing or planting them into reality. In a sales process, this takes place after you have explained to the prospective buyer all the details or scope of your product or service, and then to offer it up for purchase. You have examined the issues at hand, prepared yourself for action, and now you take decisive steps towards achieving it. A parallel example will be when you contemplate asking someone out on a date. It is connected to the supreme act of sacrifice. Because if you are not willing to make that sacrifice, then there is nothing that is gained or achieved. Likewise, if you don't sacrifice your pride, then you will never summon the courage or confidence necessary to ask that someone out, and so on. A seed must sacrifice its protective shell in order to offer the promise of what it contains to the light of day. L is for leverage. This is a major step that many people either forget or ignore. It is the mechanism by which you illustrate your uniqueness and push for the results. You are convincing a prospective buyer why he or she should do business with you. You offer comparisons or delineating the qualities that surpass those of the competition, or when you show your date why you are a suitable mate. Leverage is based on the fundamental principle of elevating yourself higher in relation to other people, products, or services available elsewhere. We all know that the higher you soar, the smaller things look below you. If you can rise above your problems or circumstances, they will all appear smaller or less significant. This is when you critically regard all external influences to ensure that your investment, the seed of your vision, has the best chances of growing and flourishing. You are taking continuous and proactive measures to make sure you produce a desirable and high quality, high yielding crop. V is for validate. This is the time and opportunity to make sure your investment is still growing, sustaining its relevance, and legitimately positioning itself in the overall design. You are making sure there are no hindrances or obstacles to inhibiting the growth process. This is when you reassure your prospect about the continued validity or strength of your offer, proving to them that their choice or selection was based upon a well-informed decision. It is the waiting period before the harvest. E is for energize, the final element of the process. So why energize, you ask? Because a harvest is only as good or as productive if you prepare for next year's harvest. This is accomplished by energizing not only your own preparedness, but the ground awaiting the seeds for the next harvest season, or just as in the yearly routine or practice of pruning foliage. The act of energizing also reflects the excitement of reaping the ongoing rewards of continued and bountiful harvests over a wide and ever fruitful span of seasons. Once again, congratulations for making it to this point. But remember that a single, though abundant harvest means nothing when viewed within the grand scheme of life. How many millionaires go broke because they failed to energize their investment for another harvest? Do not fall into the trap of getting so excited about the results that you do not prepare for further growth. Therefore, the most definitive and effective plan is to create a sustainable balance between enjoyment and energizing. This represents the extended and conditional requirement of the restorative side of the energizing cycle to regenerate the efforts and energies of your vision, bringing you full circle in the natural and ongoing process of living, producing and reaping the fruits of your labors throughout the endless seasons of change. Remember that to evolve is to emerge from the cocoon of an ordinary, repetitive, and unfulfilled existence into the fertile and abundant meadows of self-awareness and ever rising upon the wings of decisive and unwavering determination. This step-by-step framework will greatly enhance not only your decision-making process, but your understanding of the intricate balance required to sustain and enrich every aspect of your life.